question one about animation, I have to look into the technologies that I've used throughout the research and planning progress, production and the construction of my final pieces. So the first bit of technology I used was a blogger. We use this to document the progress through the research and planning stages of finding posters, trailers and magazines to take inspiration from, and uploading any progress regarding editing. So here, I've embedded YouTube videos, no technology process I used to upload all little iShowU videos explaining the different animated text, different clips that we took and didn't use, audience feedback interviews, and any sort of editing clips. So here's a little video that I've embedded onto Blogger. Like I said earlier, I used YouTube as part of my research plan and production stages. Another way I used YouTube was using my own personal channel, which I've had for years now, and uploaded a lot of extra clips that weren't necessarily getting used. I showed my animation progress through using After Effects for the first time, and I also uploaded some more iShowUs of my prezzies, and the final trailer is also up here now.
Right, I've typed in landscape, for fuck's sake. Oh god!
One of the main technologies we use throughout the research and planning progress and the production process was Premiere Pro and iShowU. iShowU I use to display all my animation, like all my clips of animation uploaded to YouTube. It's the easiest way to do it, but also really effective because it's like I talk over it. And the other thing we used was Premiere Pro, so I'm just going to drag in a few clips now.
Is the crop tool. The crop tool is good for when it comes for background and things like that from the original image.
So you drag them over to the import media box.
Tools such as,
and from there, this is a 12-minute clip because this was showing me and Aisha using After Effects, but and showing our trials and errors throughout the whole process. So I'll drag this across now into the sequence area. This shows a timeline, and now so on Premiere Pro you can edit, elongate and cut certain clips. So here I'm going to go straight to the end of my clip, and you can use the toggle here and move it all the way back to the clip that you need. So I'll leave it here. Other things you can add are certain effects, and through our trailer we decided to use the dissolve quite a lot. Cross dissolve was one that we used, so I'll play the preview now. As you can see, it fades in really nicely. It moves between different scenes. Another possible one for the reason I'm just going to delete this out was the dip to black and dip to white.
Words such as like
So,
here,
if you watch this,
down the opacity, which
this dips from black to white, again very similar, but again very effective in changing scenes. And dip to white,
and this is so then I can
this starts with white background
switch distribution and production
goes in. So the white was best used for brighter scenes, and the black was used for any sort of depressing sort of moments we had. So that was the basics of Premiere Pro.
Also, with
the next piece of software we used was Photoshop, and this was ideal for our poster and magazine. Here I've opened an image of our actual fog. This was one that could possibly be in front of my poster, so I'm just going to lock the background here.
It on the internet, the steel tongue font, because
so now,
typography wasn't already
what I did with the image on my poster was I used the quick selection tool.
No matter the genre, they include steel tongue typography for crediting people, and we have done crediting as close to the actual roles of that people have.
So here, this takes away most backgrounds, so now we have a transparent layer.
But some things have
so
changed
I'll
depending on the actual
now
procedure.
onto the hood.
So let's
Around the hood,
also,
there is a lot of grey space from the
I just
background
want
still.
to
So the way
comment on
I
how there is
managed
much
to
more
avoid
different
this was
things
using a
I've
smudge
included,
tool.
such
And
as
basically,
when it
if you
came
drag
to
on
his
that,
hair, I've
it
also
smudges
like
the colour
smudged
inwards while
it
still
and blended
looking
to
like
make it more
fur.
fluffy and
But
alive.
if you end
And
up doing
I
this
just
too
wanted
much
to
like
say
this, it
that
looks
there
very
is many
natural.
other types
So
of
I'll
tools
just
that
leave
I've
that.
used, which have been explained on my photos, well, in my photos. That is the thumb
So
bit.
this ended up looking like my poster. As you can see, I went all the way around the hood, avoiding any sort of rough edges, and I did the same for the other headshot. One thing I thought was worth mentioning was that how we used steel tongs on Photoshop. So I'll just bring up a text layer.
Sorry, video transitions I would use.
Now,
And the
steel tongs was
transitions,
extremely difficult for us to get the hang of, so I ended up making notes on my phone. So when you press the letter, it comes up with the different credits you can have. So
so
written
as you
by
can see, it
and
kind of
then
fades
caps
out.
lock.
So, but when I add another image in,
For example, I'll put
it
I
will
share
cross
there.
dissolve into that.
Take caps lock off, and then you can choose another letter. Like
So
I here I've got a line
it all
producer,
can show here.
and
So let's
caps
say,
lock, and then I've got my own name. So we did this for our poster and included this in the trailer.
so let's say
It ended
other
up looking,
things that I could possibly
really
use.
professional, especially as you can see on my screenshot here at the bottom. And it does look very blurred on this image because it is a screenshot. However, it is like a compulsory convention for our posters to have. Another thing I thought was worth mentioning was the fact that we edited our wreaths on Photoshop. Well, I did anyway for my poster. Originally we had this like gold and bronze colour, but with my poster it just didn't fit well at all. So I chose a grey colour and the pink colour, and ended up the easiest way I could do it without colouring the whole wreath in was just by going around with a paint bucket and filling in the leaves by hand. This worked out really well as it covered the whole space, so Photoshop was really good for that. Another thing we used for our research and plan and production was After Effects in relation to making a copy, our film title and some animated review text. So I'm just going to quickly show you how to do that. So down here, I've opened a new composition and put the background colours white, but you can change that as you please when you open it.
And
so
then
it's a text store.
by adding the comments, it generates them, and
we'll
as it goes generating, it will show
the title
like
of our film. So here's come out as grey because it's a default for when I previously opened it.
and when it shows a tick,
From
it
that you
shows
can change colour over here.
I
So I'll change it to red. And also changing the size over here as well. We kept it on 300 for the end of our trailer. Now, one thing you can do is add different effects. So, over in the effects and presets bar, you can type in what you want and have a look through all the different ones. But we purposely chose the typewriter as it was supposed to mimic the keyboard being typing on a keyboard like you would be doing on YouTube for his own channel in our trailer. So after this, it goes blank. So now you have to go composition and preview and play the preview. So there you go. Another thing we also added as a last minute option was I went on to effect and I'm going to try and find colour correction and shadow and highlight. Now if I preview this again, this now shows sort of blotted effect. So you get lighter tones and darker tones. This looked like clouds, especially when it was in grey, and this accompanied my poster background really well, and it worked really effectively. A few more processes we used were based off the internet, and one is Prezi. I made an account quite a few years ago, and I'm going to show you one of the ones that I've made previously for this year. It's a great way to share processes and explore different themes and theories. So this one I made for my actor profiles for the auditions at the start of the year. It's a great way to just separate everything. So you can add images and different pathways to it to branch off different ideas. It's like an animated mind map. So you can have pictures, text, you can add videos, although I choose not to.
Make myself laughing on this.
I have also answered.
What? I can hear myself laughing.
I think you'll be alright. I do.
This is also the easiest way to share PowerPoints and PowerPoint/presentations into Logger.
Basically that after you click
The next thing we used on Google was SurveyMonkey. I've used this twice throughout the year, and the first survey I did was well received. The key with SurveyMonkey is to ask very open questions, allowing possible audience members to pick and choose answers, and also add extra comments, like I've shown in this last bit, the last question, which is not question, but what is your favourite flavour of crisps? I had another other box so people could write in their own responses. Again, it's a great way to collect feedback, not just off social media, which I have used on Facebook, but unfortunately can't show you on this map. Another site I used was Dafont. I used Dafont to choose a very similar font for my magazine. It's where I got my font for my massive magazine, and the font, I think, if I can remember correctly, is Roboto. This is really clean, and Dafont allows you to preview the font in different styles, different thicknesses, and in capitals or lowercase. And then it gives you another preview here for all letters, numbers, lowercase and capital letters, and any symbols you need. After this, you can download for free from the author if they allow it, others you have to pay for.
Ignore that.
But you can download this straight to your Mac and then install it onto all Word, Photoshop and Illustrator. Oh, and also After Effects. The website we used was Solver. This was like an extra step from the mind maps. As a group, we'd add in the question that we like to answer. So, for example, here, what can I come on a film trailer, which I saved before. You then press start, and from this, you can brainstorm as a group, writing it down as you go. So here it is a problem. It's marked as a problem. When you add an entry, you can add it as an idea, a comment, or a problem. So an idea could be it should be biographical. And then from that, you can make a comment saying maybe it should be titled after the character. And then you could make more ideas on what names to choose. So, for example, Dan, and Harry. And from there, you can discuss as a group which ones are best, and then at the end, comment saying which is the best one. So,
Baby lives. I call them makeup lives, so just why baby?
Yeah.
From there, it was just easy to display to a possible viewer at the blog to see how we just came up with the name rather than just having a mind map and then explaining. So this just explains it a step-by-step guide. Another piece of software we used was GarageBand, and this was crucial to our film trailer, since our trailer was about piano and music in general. So in order to create the score, it was just easiest to make it through GarageBand. Just call it valuation. Okay.
I forgot about Google Bottom.
YouTube. I'll do it on YouTube.
So this is what GarageBand looked like, and to begin with, we used the loops that already existed on GarageBand, and used them to begin with regarding the main basics of the soundtrack. So here we went on to piano, and we played a few different styles, and we ended up choosing delicate piano for one. So just drag and drop into the first track. You can loop this, or just elongate it to create space, but this will not play the track all the way through. Another way of recording new tracks is to add a new track, and from here you can record your own playing on the little keyboard. So we used C4 as a starting point and recorded a a few extra notes to add a little bit of suspense, a little bit of drama. So you can start recording here and stop recording. So this will layer over the top and create a really nice effect. But this was something that was very key to our trailer as the soundtrack runs all the way through.